What's up, WCW Champions Universe? Actually, what's up, WWE Champions Universe? It's Lee and Rusty from Champions Chat, and we are here with your weekend contest walkthrough. Now's where I say WCW, where the big boys play. Rusty, what do we got going on this weekend?
If only Nitro would have won the Monday Night Wars, right? Then we would be a totally different reality.
That's right.
Never die Flash Feuds, Lee.
Ooh.
So we've got Ilja and Maxxine focus this weekend. Champions, we ring in the final weekend in this amazing Summer of Champions contest. Don't miss this opportunity to chase more Ilja Dragunov shards. The new gear for Maxxine Dupri, plenty of resources and more superstar shards on the prize wall. With everything, please note, screenshots taken from test environment. Text numbers, dates are subject to change. Some parts of the contest might still be a work in progress, so check in-game notice for the latest numbers and items once the contest has started. And nausea, diarrhea, vomiting.
Anal leakage. Don't forget the anal leakage.
Look at this calendar of events. I'm not going to cover all these dates because Professor or Davey or whoever's on the stream Thursday night will do a great job with that, but check the blog for your chart if you don't have it in your faction. But it's kicking off Friday at noon Pacific, the solo contest, and it's going to jump right into Friday night, our first battleground competition and faction superstar competition and Warscore competition. So it's all going down this Labor Day weekend in America. If you are watching us from overseas, this is what's called a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, except for unlike the last Flash Feuds where it was 3 war scores, which I loved the way they did that. Now we're back to 4.
We are back to 4, but we're still chasing 3 superstars shards. Reward highlights this weekend. How many of you are 300 or less Ilja shards away? Well, guess what? Those regular shards are going to be available to the tune of 300 with 330 in the premium. So that might be spend or rare CSS required that you have spent to achieve. We don't quite know where they are yet from this chart.
Well, it says they're all in solo milestones, but... So not the faction event, but in the solo event. Like usually the very last 2 or 3 milestones in the solo event.
Okay. So that makes sense. This is why we do this together, for not information, but for interpretation of the blog. That's right. It's going to be your final 100 Mae Young shards. Hopefully you're 100 or less away from Mae Young. And for those of you who don't have Cody Rhodes, the story continues yet. 50 premium shards in the Feud Battlegrounds competition. Lee, look at this prize wall. Let me hit refresh just to make sure. So the blog's not been updated yet, but Maxxine's gear.
Mine does.
Is it? Nice. We got 150% reinforced gem damage. Oh, I hit refresh and it did that time. So it's going to be it says also available in loot.
Yep, also it's on the prize wall and in the loot.
So how do you get that gear this weekend? What else is on this prize wall? We've got King of Pop Style shards, The Story Continues shards, Carmelo Hayes, shards, I desperately need, Julius Creed shards, CM Punk shards, Indy Hartwell shards to add to your collection from the month. Drew McIntyre, that's Striker Drew, Master of the Claymore shards, Jade Cargill shards, Gunther Imperium shards, that's Tech Gunther, and Randy Orton RK Bro shards. We've got ultimate reward straps for all of this month's contest superstars, and Ilja Dragunov's 100% gem damage strap are going to be on the prize wall, as well as other move and gem damage strap for modern acrobats, technicians, and showboats. Jumping down, Lee, in the other category, premium skill plate case with updated skill plates. Do you know how to interpret that? updated skill plates?
Yeah, I mean, it's the ones that they've done more recently. They've changed the skill plate case so that it includes a few more than were in there before, like the Will of Cargill and, oh gosh, I don't even remember what the other ones are. But there were some in there that weren't before. They didn't take any of the old ones out, so it does still have your favorite Mask of Mysterio in there. But it's got some of the new ones in there too.
Other than Mask of Mysterio. Or strap parts, because those are the only two things I seem to pull out of those bags. Moment token bags, 6-star gold token bundles, tier 5 Fury 2s, both move and gym damage Fury 2s, strap parts and coins, and a never say die bag. It kind of reminds me of a James Bond movie. Never say. I think wasn't that a James Bond? Yeah. So these bags are going to be Superstar contest milestones. Looks like you got a chance to pull Ilja straight up out of that bag. 3-star bronze.
I know somebody who did today. You know who actually it was?
Who?
It was Hip Designer.
All right.
Yeah, free to play heroes out there, right? So anyway,
that's I love it. Lee, that solo contest you're telling me about earlier is going to have a max milestone of 12 million points with 630 Ilja Dragunov shards, 100 Mae Young, 4 Never Say Die bags, 33 Never Say Die. Those are prize wall medallions. But if you're in the top 200, you can earn more Ilja Dragunov shards and 6-star gold tokens. Top 200 of the solo contest. There's going to be another contest happening this weekend, Lee. It's going to be the Feud Battlegrounds competition. I think this is my favorite contest of the whole month now. In Flash Feuds, I don't know. It just seems like the rewards are really juicy when we get to them. 200 million max milestone, 50 Cody Rhodes shards. Story continues. 8 more Never Say Die prize wall medallions. 10,000 Never Say Die Feud loot. Oh, we got Feud loot coming back. The loot coins. And we've got 3 Never Say Die bags, as well as 2.25 million Never Say Die solo contest points. Nice. But the number one, are you number one in the whole champions community, will get a 4-star gold Ilja Dragunov. But the top 800 can earn up to 250,000 Never Say Die solo contest points on the leaderboard. Lee, break down what is a battleground competition and how do we get those points?
So you've got your 2 different competitions during. You've got Warscore and Battleground. Battleground gives you certain points depending on what CSS, which we're going to see, here in a moment. And so basically you've got your flat Warscore, which you just use anybody and just do as much damage as you possibly can. And then your Battlegrounds is use specific people, like you'll see Shinsuke and you'll see some others that give you CSS points. And then the 2 of those work together to get you to your max milestones.
Nice. That's a great explanation. Thank you. So Lee is going to unfurl our list here. For Feud 1, our Battleground contest superstars are Ilja Dragunov Unbesiegbar for 5 million points limit 4. Woo, that's right. Shinsuke Nakamura, King of Pop Style, 3.3 million limit 4. Carmelo Hayes, him, 3.3 million limit 4. Gunther, I did not want to feud with Gunther, 3.3 million limit.
Actually,
run that complex technician before this feud.
We've got a video of his coming out. I think I bumped it so your Pulse video would go, but it's maybe coming out tomorrow that shows Stride using Gunther in if you've got the Imperium moment, and he wrecks shop. So
okay, well, Batista Bomb is your final Battleground CSS, 1.25 million limit 4. Then we're going to roll into Feud 2. That's our early Saturday feud. Cody Rhodes, the story continues. This is the top, looks like the top guy, the 3.3 million limit 4. Julius Creed, 3.3 limit 4. CM Punk, don't have him, 3.3 limit 4, but that's big points for those that do. And I'm happy about this. Any Randall J. Orton, 1.25 million limit 4.
Randall K. but whatever.
Randall K. Is that what it is? Is his initials RKO?
Yeah, that's why he does RKO. Randall Keith Orton.
Kenneth Orton. It's Keith. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
What is it?
Randall Keith.
Cowboy Bob's son, Randall Keith. All right, Feud 3, that's our Saturday evening feud, especially if you're overseas like our European friends. That's deep into the night, early morning on Saturday. Maxxine Dupree, 3.3 million limit 4. Indy Hartwell, I didn't even know she was in this game, 3.3 limit 4. Mae Young, Unbreakable, 3.3 limit 4. And there's Hope, Annie Bailey, 1.25 million limit 4. I love
Annie
that.
Bailey.
I love Annie Bailey. That's actually a tribute to her, the Bay Area, San Jose area. Yeah. That's why her name's Bailey. Feud 4 is our Sunday feud. Sunday. Naomi, Return of the Glow, 3.3 million. Jade Cargill, Storm is Coming, 3.3 million. Mae Young, a second time, Lee. Liv Morgan Oblivion,
a second time, Lee.
2.5 million limit 4. Some of those are pretty rare. Some of those are pretty attainable. So hopefully, good things happen for our friends across the community. The faction contest. Lee, there's another contest happening, and it's 49,999,999 max milestone. Get out of here with that 50 million, Lee. How do you get out of your faction contest? You get one for every prize wall medallion your faction gathers. That's a Never Say Die medallion. You get 1 point for every bag, right? Yeah.
Unless we're reading something different, this is just the rewards. I don't see points. Do you see points?
Okay. I always get this part mixed up because I know the faction, you gather shards, etc. So maybe that's further down.
Yeah, this is just the special highlights. There'll also be econ in there. So
these are the rewards. This is what you get. So one Never Say Die medallion, prize one medallion, and 3 Never Say Die bags. That makes a lot more sense. Top 1,000 factions. I said it last week, friends. If you're not in a top 1,000 faction, time to find a new faction because there are 900. No, there's 999 factions. No, there's really a top. There's 1,000 factions. I was gonna say there's 999 factions better than the faction you're in. But if you're not in the top 1,000, there's actually 1,000 factions better than the one you're in. So get the heck out of that faction immediately and request to join Heart Insurgency. Let's promote our friends, the Heart Insurgency, this week. And if they're full, jump on over to Battletoads. All right. Top 1,000 earns up to 500,000. Never Say Die solo contest points on the leaderboard. Warscore competition, Lee. Max milestone of 750,000. And the top one, number 1 overall on the leaderboard, will get Ilya Dragunov at 3-star gold. Whoa, 3-star gold for being the number 1 in all of Champions. Wow.
Which means you probably already pulled him, but hey, get you some.
Now, that's for each war score, right? So there'll be 4 total Ilya's given out to the 4 specific war score champions, correctly?
I think so. I believe that's correct.
Okay. Maybe what they did is they took a 6-star gold and divided it 4 ways. And so you have 4.
That's how you get to a 3-star gold. Wow.
You get 1/4 of a max.
Wow.
We've never done that in a weekend contest walkthrough before.
That's true.
So yeah, if you're number 1 overall, you're guaranteed to get Ilya, which I think that's the
takeaway. Right? Yeah.
150,000 Never Say Die faction contest points each war score competition. So your faction's going to get points from each of the 4 war store competitions. The total of 150K for the faction. Limited time tours. Oh, what am I seeing? Summer of Champions 2? Why does it say that, Lee? Summer of Champions 2. It makes sense because they're the CSS on the tours this weekend. Friday, we've got our 24-hour limited tour with big rewards there if you're lucky ducky to have Ilya Dragunov. Yep. Also, Friday, for the normals, for us normies, we're going to have a challenge tour. Normal 6-star hard mode, any raw technician, hell mode, any raw striker. So we're focusing on the actual premium live event and the shows that feed into it at Bash in Berlin this weekend, right? And then Friday, we're going to have a second tour, Alpha Academy, where you can use any Alpha Academy superstar, Lee. How exciting is that? I wonder if that's going to be a male-female flippy or not.
That would be nice because, I mean, Maxxine is like leagues ahead of the other two. So I wonder if Akira Tozawa will be in there. That's my question.
Ooh, we should petition the game devs to add that Alpha Academy and a new gear for Tozawa. Reinvigorate Tozawa.
Makes the old Acro Tozawa the top guy in the game. That'd be awesome.
No, don't make him any stronger. Just make him look different with gear. We want him the same power level like actual Tozawa, right?
All gyms do 0% more damage. That would actually be hilarious.
But give him a great entourage ability. I'd be okay with that. Give him a great entourage ability. Saturday, Batista Bomb. It's a required striker, or you can use your CSS of Batista. Saturday, this is the newest group, I guess the newest tag team in the WWE, the Terror Twin, which is Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. You have to use modern requirements, and then any Damian, any Rhea for those CSS. So that means heavy metal Rhea will not get you CSS rewards.
Oh, no. Correct? That's why I read that. Yep.
Sunday, Judgment Day. So now we've got the battle that's happening at Berlin, right? The Judgment Day versus the Terror Twins. Any modern Dominic Mysterio. Any modern Liv Morgan. That's going to be exciting. Zombie Liv, does she count?
Yes, well, she's modern. She's modern era. Ooh. We'll see. We'll see.
Does Zombie Dom count? Whoa!
He's modern era. That's the best Dom, but the purple Liv is the best Liv. So, in fact, one of the best females in the game. So,
what our rewards from our tour is going to be, Lee? 20 Never Say Die medallions, but it requires Ilya. So that's the ones on his tour. For the rest of us, 6.3 million Never Say Die solo contest points, 4 Never Say Die bags, 1 Never Say Die feud loot. Now,
boost.
This is the question that people ask us. I've learned to read the blogs more carefully. At the top of Feud 1, notice it says required 4. People always want to know how many superstars are required to be on my roster to take into my brawl. So 4 for Feud 1. Let's see if that holds up across the board. Lee, we've got Ilya Dragunov doing our top line bonus, King of Pop Style, and any 6-star showboat at the middle line bonus. And old Chainsaw Charlie holding it down with any modern or striker. Lee, explain this to us in the community. What does first time wins with the superstar in a brawl equals 65K points mean? What does that mean?
So every time that you go into a matchup, like you go back out and then you have to pair up with someone again and go in, that's called a brawl. And every time you use a character for the first time in each unique brawl, you get 65,000 bonus points. So let's say you only want to run 4. You get that bottom line. you run Terry Funk, you run your modern guy, you run your striker, and you run your open slot. Each one of those gets you 65,000 the first time, but if you use Terry Funk a second time, he'll still get the regular Warscore rewards, but won't get that bonus 65K. So it incentivizes you to use more characters and use them uniquely. And then again, once you go back out to the main menu and go back in for another brawl, you get them again. So you can use Chainsaw another time. It's just not in the same exact matchup.
Lee, do you think the reason they do that is to encourage you not to put all your eggs in one basket and just feud with, whoever your one best guy is all night, all day?
Yeah. Because you're not going to get there as fast. That taking it, part of the way to get the top war score or higher war score is to do it this way. Now, if you only have one character that can fight, do that. But theoretically, the idea behind these Flash Feud talent ups is so that you will diversify your roster and get to where you can have 3 or 4, maybe even 5 or 6 if you've got a larger roster, characters that you can uniquely win matches with pretty comfortably, because then you're going to use that other open slot to get your CSS rewards and hope that somebody else has to put in their 4-star Batista alongside you.
I just had this idea for an episode of Champions Chat. We should try to interview some of the guys that have been number 1 overall war score for Feud.
Okay.
If we could get them on the show. And then I want to ask them, do you use the 65K bonus each time? Is that the secret to your success? Like a 2 Bob, 1 True King, E Doggy Dog, Ed Dog, the guys that are at the
BDC,
top. I want to say, is this what you do? Do you just do the things the blog says, and the rest of us don't do them?
I do them. What are you talking about? The rest of us? I just don't feud long enough to. Anyway, keep going.
That's our Saturday morning, depending on your time zone, feud. And top line bonus is going to be new Powerhouse Cody. Middle line bonus, new Julius Creed. Any 6-star tech. Bottom line bonus, Randall J. Orton's daddy, or Randy K. Randy K. Randall Julius is what I'm thinking. Okay. His Cowboy Bob and any SmackDown, any Acro and Open. And again, Lee, I'm seeing it. First time wins with a superstar in Brawl, 65K points.
Yeah.
Feud 3. This is our female feud. Notice required 4. Sometimes when it's a female feud in the past, it's been required 3. And that's the question the community tends to ask us the most about this particular part of the blog. So 4 females required. Maxxine Dupree is your top line bonus. Mae Young, I love this Mae Young being middle line bonus and for both feuds. So a lot of the community should be getting middle line bonus, and they probably have a strong female acrobat because that's a pretty loaded category.
That is the loaded category. Yeah.
Any Bailey, any Raw, any Trickster, and Open. So feud 4, that's our Sunday morning feud. Depending on your time zone, might be middle of the day Sunday if you're UK and beyond. Top line bonus, new Naomi, return of the glow. Some of us chasing her gear, her plate, her moment all month. She's just basically Megatron at this point, right? Isn't that what the young? I say Voltron.
Megazord.
Megatron.
Megatron's the gun from from Transformers. Megazord is the
Okay, and you see a Pokemon. What is a Megazord?
Megazord's from Power Rangers, man.
Okay,
that's the giant mechs that they brought together in Voltron style to form the.
I'm too old for Power Rangers. I was Voltron, and it's basically the same concept, right?
It is. Super Sentai.
Bring your Voltron Naomi to your top line bonus if you have her. Because not only is she getting all that juice from the feud perks, she's also getting an additional 100% gym damage. And on top of her 99 MP, you're going to get 3 more MP. You're going to get 102 MP for Naomi this weekend.
Wow.
Mae Young will get 100 MP, right? Because she's got a +1 MP as well. So Mae Young, middle line bonus. Now, again, if you haven't worked up your Mae Young yet, get on it. she's going to be middle line required for 2 feuds this weekend, right? So you have your Mae Young and your Eddie Showboat 6-star getting all of that incredible boosted war score and bottom line feud. 4 any SmackDown 5-star. Oh, that's like so generous. 5-star any SmackDown, any modern, any acro. So everybody should be getting that bottom line bonus fully. But to get max points, review what Lee said about the 65K, friends. You need to be running that. If you can only run 4 in a feud, fill your bottom line and only run through that bottom line over and over and over, 1 per brawl, right?
Well, it depends on who you have as your partner. I mean, theoretically, the goal would be that you want to finish off your opponents in each individual encounter within 10 minutes. And then get out there and do it again. So if that means you have 4 and you can do that in 10 minutes, boom, get them in there. Typically, I try to run 6 or 7, and then that way I've got my rotation, get them done. You get the most amount of points. But if you get stuck, let's say, with a partner who isn't going to get theirs done quickly, that's when you use your CSS and get those last little...
Rusty jump into your queue with his acro Eddie Guerrero. You know, you might as well go get a Slurpee from the gas station. You've got a few minutes.
That's right. Old Rusty.
I'll use my as that example. You're like, oh no, he joined my lobby. Oh no.
Oh no.
Lee, you know what the hardest part about being a content creator is?
No, what is that, Rusty? Tell me.
It's that oftentimes we want more for the community than they want for themselves. I want one watching this video to get a free Ilja Dragunov. And you can do it. Dream it, you can do it. I think that's an ancient proverb. Might be in the Bible. I'm not sure. But if you...
It's more like Ricky Bobby, but whatever.
Ricky Bobby 316 says, if you can dream it, you can do it. Okay.
Shake it.
You're going to get an extra chance to win a 4-star gold. That's better than the people they're going to win #1 overall in the feud. They're going to get a 3-star gold, Ilja. But if you listen to this advice right here, you're going to get a 4-star gold, Ilja Dragunov. Lee, tell them how can they do it. How simple is it to get Ilja this weekend?
It's this simple. You go onto the official forum through that link right there, and you give constructive feedback on this contest, which doesn't mean you can't be negative or don't like something. It just means you say, here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like, and here's how we could help make what I didn't like even better. Boom, done.
Right. Think about that. Here's a problem. Here's how I would solve the problem.
If you got a problem, I'll solve it. Check out the beat while Rusty revolves it.
Lee, here's a great example of something I would say if I were trying to enter and win a free Ilja Dragunov. I would say, I am so happy that Mae Young got 2 feud CSS and battleground contest features because she was fairly attainable for most of the community this month. Thank you for helping us get great rewards with somebody on our roster. What I would like to see improved is Mysterio's mask plate taken out of the premium plate bags because it is not a premium plate by any standard. In fact, it works on 1 superstar, Motu Ray, is not even available in the loops.
Kingwoods.
And a very rare CSS that, no, I'm just kidding. So that's an example, right? What did you like? How can we make it better? And then just say, I love the game. Looking forward to hearing back from you. Hope I win Ilja. Something like that, right? That's all it takes. It doesn't take an eloquent, it doesn't take a pericope, right? Do you remember that term, Lee? Pericope?
The selection of text.
It doesn't take a long dissertation. It doesn't take professor, giving you a whole lecture on what would change. Anyway, I'm just saying he's great. Yeah, I am giving a lecture, but you know what? You don't have to give a lecture to win Ilja Dragunov. You just get on there and say something nice say something you'd do to fix it, right? Take us out, Lee. That's
all right. Well, thank you for joining.
Across from me in Feud this weekend.
You want to see me? We're on the same. Wait, what? Anyway.
No, I'm talking to the community. I want to see them out there across from me in Feud, right? I want to see them across from me. And you know what? Let me just say this. Lee, have you noticed Nighthawk 40 is like unnecessarily... No, they just are. We are constantly matched up with them, and they're the nicest guys. Can we get some other guys to feud against? For some reason, Toxic Mafia, we get an unreasonable amount of feuds with Nighthawk 40. It couldn't be nicer guys. Give us someone out there that really deserves a lump on the head. You know, is there a faction that you'd like to declare war against publicly today?
So thank you for joining us on this. We'll see you Battletoads out there on the streets. What's up?
They're a friend.
See you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe, send it to your friends and faction mates. Bye.
Can't believe you said that about my comrades, the Battletoads.